Welcome, welcome, welcome to our wonderful session. And I will be sharing today some strategies and techniques about remote viewing, what it is, and how to practice remote viewing in daily life. And I have here with me my wonderful client and friend, Kristina. So, welcome, Kristina. And can you just tell us just a few words who you are, what you do, so people know?
Hello, Irina. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so excited to be with you today. And my name is Kristina Milosevic, and I run my KSM growing business online brand. And actually, I'm digital marketing coach.
Wow.
We're globally coach people how to build online presence and position themselves as a
Uh-huh.
leaders in online space. Also, I run my podcast, KSM Podcast, Growing Business Online
Mhm.
with Kristina, and also I'm speak on different topics in terms of digital marketing, and everything what I do is organically. And I'm also co-author of the book Global Women in Business, which is published in Australia 2019, and also there are 7 amazing ladies from all around the world as
Oh,
co-authors of that book.
thank you, Christina. Thank you. Thank you for such wonderful introduction of yourself and your own business. And obviously, because you're here, you are interested in remote viewing. So why do you have interest in remote viewing? It just for business purposes or just out of curiosity, or you just want to develop your intuitive skills?
Uh, I I wanted to first and foremost to develop my intuitive skills.
Yes.
Then for my business, because
Yeah, yeah, you can. Yeah.
my business is based on remote work,
Yes.
online.
So you can
And
see.
also, as you mentioned, I'm so curious to get to know more about that uh, remote viewing.
Viewing skills and techniques. Okay, so you're in the right place at the right time. So let's just go into it. I give some introduction about what remote viewing is and what is based on. So I will start sharing slides with you. Here you see my slide. It's just a few slides to give you some definition, this particular slide, definition what remote viewing is. And remote viewing is the ability to acquire accurate information, accurate. See, I love this word, accurate information about a distant or non-local place, a person or people, event, without using physical senses or any other obvious means. So it means, yes, you can use your mind, your intuition to view a lot of things, basically anything you like to see. And non-local means that you can connect also not just to the events which are in the present time, you can connect to the past events or future events or even in space events. And in fact, remote viewing used a lot by many science and uh, people who work, for example, archaeologists, they work with the past. So they use remote viewing a lot to understand how people lived in the past or even in the science like paleoanthropology, people who study dinosaurs and all these animals who lived long, long time before. They also use remote viewing skills a lot to understand what happens, say, with dinosaurs or other animals who extinct. And you can also go into the future using remote viewing skills. And businesses like say fashion trends, people who you like create fashion and who create fashion trends, they use remote viewing skills a lot to predict what kind of fashion will be in the future, like next year, for example. Stock traders, They use remote viewing skills to predict where stock will go up or down, on which stock. So many industries using remote viewing. So it's not only in the present time, but past and future. Also criminology. Criminologists or private detectives, they use a lot, like remote viewing a lot. They also have to go to the past to see the crime. So the crime has already happened a long time ago, maybe some crimes. So they have to go to the past. So this is what non-local means. And distant, it means distant. You can go to any place or country and even continent. Distance doesn't matter. So remote viewing is based on telepathy. Okay, the whole remote viewing is just telepathy. Telepathy means transferring one's consciousness in time, space, and distance. So consciousness, you can call it the mind. I also call it energy. So telepathy, it means going into energetic field. Consciousness means energetic field, energy field, and transfer your consciousness to the place where you want to go or connect to the target which you want to connect with, which you want to see distantly. People often ask me the difference between natural psychic receptivity, like, some people call themselves psychic, and in spirituality, like we have a lot of people who call themselves psychic. So what is the difference between psychic and remote viewing? So the difference is that remote viewing is a trained skill that anybody can learn to do. So it's what remote viewing is. Psychic, they usually say, I was born psychic. I was born intuitive with intuitive abilities. And also remote viewing, it is very targeted. Like you have a specific target or object to connect to, while psychic, they may not necessarily have specific target. They just go like everywhere and get impressions, just random impressions anywhere they go. They just get random impressions. They call entities or some sort of intuition. So they are psychics. It means more random, not targeted, not focused. Remote viewing is really highly focused. Remote viewing is also based and proved by science. It's very scientific, remote viewing. And in fact, people who are interested in remote viewing, most of them are scientists or some sort of intellectual people, while psychic, it can be anybody, like anybody, not necessarily, they actually even stay away from being called intellectual or scientist, so totally the opposite. So this is the differences between psychic and remote viewer. So remote viewer, anybody can learn and anybody can train themselves to practice remote viewing. So where I learn remote viewing, so my story about remote viewing goes back to when I was still in Russia. I came from Russia. I graduated medicine in Russia. Then I came to Australia and practiced medicine also in Australia as a medical doctor. But I started my story in Russia. I graduated medicine and I was, after graduation, I was a pediatrician, children specialist. And I also was really interested in immunology. So as a junior doctor, when I graduated as a pediatrician, I was really interested in immunology and allergy. And I did post-graduation course to become immunologist and allergist. It's like to become a specialist. And I did this post-graduation course in allergy and immunology in Russia, in Medical University of St. Petersburg in Russia. It was in the early 90s, so a long time ago. And during this time, when I was studying immunology, I learned about this new science. Back then, it was a new science. It's called psychoneuroimmunology. Psyche means psyche. Psyche, being psychic, consciousness. Neuro is for nervous system, and immunology is for the immune system response from the body. So immune system is the system which is responsible for you being sick or being healthy. If your immune system is healthy, you don't get sick. You don't get viruses, you don't get COVID, you don't get cancer, because immune system protect you from all the viruses and bacteria. So this science, psychoneuroimmunology, studies how emotions or psyche affect our organs and body system. So this is when I learned first time in my life that our mind or psyche, emotions, really connected to our illnesses. So behind every illness or problem, there is emotional pattern or some sort of toxic psyche pattern. So we don't have random illnesses. And during this time, when I was learning about psychoneuroimmunology in St. Petersburg, I was a member of an informal group of medical professionals, young doctors like myself, and we practiced sensing energy on our patients and on each other. So psychoneuroimmunology means that you can sense what energy comes from a person. Is it sick energy or it is healthy energy? And really identify what's bothering the person. And it was informal because, well, it was not legally recognized yet. But we knew there is something more than the physical. So, and we just practice this using our hands, using our psyche and mind, sensing the body, each other and our patients. And a word spread about this group, like people were talking about, oh, this young doctor doing something very interesting. And we had one day, we had two visitors. Two visitors visited our group. These visitors, two men, Alex, one person's name Alex and another person's Oleg. And they came to our group to share with us their experiences, because they were members of remote viewing group during the Cold War era. You know, during the Cold War, so it was before 90s, it was sometime in the 70s. Americans had remote viewing groups called Stargate projects. Russians had similar groups. Also scientists, engineers, doctors, very intellectual people who belonged to these groups. They were trained to spy on Americans. So these two visitors, they were from this group, but on Russian side. They were trained to spy on Americans' military bases. So they shared with us their techniques, what they did. According to lots of literature and according to like many books that I read from this time, Cold War era, on both sides, American side and Russian side, these people, they showed extraordinary results on the accuracy what they saw. The accuracy was so amazing that some people did a more accurate description of the military bases than satellites. So when these two people, Alex and Oleg, shared with us their strategy, how they connected, I personally was very surprised to realize that the techniques that they use to connect to military bases like in America from Russia, they were basically the same what we used as doctors to connect to the body of our patients or ourselves. There is no difference to connecting to the body, your own body, or connecting to a place in America, Antarctica, Africa, anywhere else in the world. Is the same techniques based on telepathy, and your mind can do that. And anybody can train to do it, even intellectual people. So in fact, the best remote viewers so far, I know these remote viewers from this group, and all of them were scientists or had some sort of scientific background. So I was very curious about all this stuff, especially from the point of view of how to use it for healing. This is my passion, healing. And when I look at the history of remote viewing goes back to the ancient Greece. It's in the ancient Greek literature. A lot of documents suggest that ancient doctors in Greece would go into an altered, dreamlike state and intuitively access information about their patients' illnesses. They performed an intuitive body scan on a person instead of using X-rays, MRIs, or CT scans that we use in modern days. And they were very accurate according to some ancient texts. Very accurate. Like if you read this literature, you just, wow, how accurate these people could be. Probably more accurate than MRIs and CT scans nowadays. So how did they do that? And was it a special talent or a skill? I researched this because I was so curious to find out, and I understood that they were actually scanning a person's energy field. They were connecting to another person using energy, telepathy, and they were scanning energy system of the person. It's called energetic anatomy. It's what I teach people in my medical intuitive courses. I run medical intuition courses and intuitive healing courses, and I teach people energy anatomy. And this is what these people did. And they did it distantly. I take you through some exercise, just basic exercise, which a beginner can do to feel the power of remote viewing. So now, yes, I use remote viewing in my work as an intuitive healer and a medical intuitive, and I use telepathy. And it's what I teach people. The most important for me is to teach people to use their power their energy, to understand their life. It's just not enough for me to tell you what's going on in your body, because if you're not connecting to it, if I tell you, Kristina, something happening in your life, but you're not aware of that, you're not aware of your own energy, it will be pointless for you. But if you are aware of the energy that runs through your body, it will be much more useful for you, and you will have more ability to heal and change your energy to heal your life, or like heal the problems that you may have. By working with intuitive healing, remote viewing, medical intuition for several decades, I realized that the most important things you need to learn to practice to be able to connect distantly to targets or objects is focused attention, but with the calm mind. So the key state, it's calm mind and focused attention. So if your mind should be not happy. Happy mind will give you a distorted image of something you want to connect with. Calm mind, it means totally neutral mind. No emotions, no prejudgments, no thinking. And so the only what stop people, the reason why people can't connect to a distant object, it's inability to achieve the state of calm mind. So if their mind is still thinking, forget it. They can't. Remote viewing also is connected to the intuitive mind, not logic mind. So you have to be able to use your intuitive mind a lot. It is the biggest part of our whole mind capacity. So this is two pictures I found from scientific literature, scientific neuroscience, neuroscientific magazines. As you see, the structure of the mind, it's just two parts, intuitive and logic or conscious is also called conscious, subconscious, but all the same things. So conscious mind or logic mind takes only 5 to 10% of our whole mind capacity. So right now we are using logic mind. Right now, you see, you listening to me, I am trying to explain you the topic. It's all logic mind or conscious mind, but this is only 5 to 10%. The rest, 90 to 95%, is taken up by the subconscious mind or unconscious mind. I call it intuitive mind. So remote viewing is connected to the intuitive mind. It's also called subconscious or unconscious mind. So this is why it's so important to empty your logic mind and have no thoughts. No thoughts, because if you have thoughts, you are in your logic mind, and logic mind, 5 to 10%, can't connect to any object and can't go into the energy field. So this is the reason why some people can't practice remote viewing, because they try to do it from the logic mind. And because as a society, we are programmed by the society to only use logic mind. Nobody teaches us how to use intuitive mind, because intuitive mind is all about sensations, feelings, senses, not thoughts. We are programmed by the society, school, parents, institutions, like universities, schools, government, to use logic mind. So, and this is the biggest block, and the reason why people can't view things remotely or distantly. So now let's go into the practical part. And I want to take you through our first exercise because there are quite a few of them. Basic exercise, how to view things distantly. So, and the first exercise that I want you to go through with me is to connect to another person and view or read another person distantly. So, for the sake of this exercise, please pick a person. You need to know the person's name. It can be your old friend, it can be your relative, but somebody who you haven't seen for a while, for a long time. So don't pick anybody who lives with you or who you talk to every day on the phone. Don't pick this one because you already know what's going on in their life. I want you to use your intuitive mind. It means you know nothing. What's happening in this person's life now? I haven't seen this person for weeks, maybe for months, maybe for years. Do you have any person, like, think about just one person and you only need to know their name? That would be just enough to connect to this person. And the technique will be connecting to a person by their name because a person's name has energy. Any name like Kristina, Irina, they have energy. And this is what we're going to read now. So, okay, you picked a person. The person can be anywhere. The person can be in your country, can be overseas, in the other continent, on the other planet, doesn't matter. But preferably somebody who you can connect with after the class. You may give them a call or send them email to confirm your impressions. The more you feel I was right, the more powerful you become as a remote viewer. So if you will not be right from the first time, that's fine. It is very common, and I don't actually expect people to be right straight away. It takes practice, but very often people get right straight away. But if you don't get right, that's fine. Put your hands on your lap, palm side up like that. Like open your hands, put them on your lap, and close your eyes. Just like that. My hands on my lap, open, relaxed. Close your eyes. Bring your attention to the middle part of your body where your spine is. So bring your attention to your spine. And now when you exhale, push your breath. So just feel your breath going down into your bottom and back up to the top of your head. Down into your bottom and back up to the top of your head. And become aware of your breath flowing through your spine. It is called centering. Centering yourself. It's absolutely necessary practice to be able to center yourself and connect to your own center. Your spine is your own center. Now bring your attention to your head, to your brain, like where your brain is. And now when you exhale, push the air through your head. So just visualize that your breath flowing through your head as if you are breathing through your head, like in and out through your head. And with each exhale, push all your thoughts away. Like feel that you are pushing your thoughts away with your breath. So focus on your head and keep breathing through your head. And don't allow any thoughts to come in. No thoughts. And keep breathing through your head and keep clearing your thoughts away. So if any thoughts come to your head, just any thoughts come to your head, gently push them away and say, not this thought, not this thought. And visualize thoughts flowing away from your head as clouds until you have empty head, just like nothing or silence. What is really important here, to feel silence in your head. It's just like totally empty head, like empty vessel, nothing inside your head. So feel this energy of silence. Now bring your attention to your forehead, just forehead, between your eyes. Focus on this spot between your eyes, forehead. It's where your third eye is located. Focus on it and feel sensations, like whatever you feel. Don't think. Feel sensations. It's like usually people feel tingling sensations. So when you focus on your forehead, exhale through your forehead, you may feel tingling sensations. It's like subtle pins and needles in your forehead, but very subtle. This is your subtle energy. This is how your body feels the energy that interconnects us all. We are interconnected through energy. So since you are connected to this energy, feel sensations, tingling sensations in your forehead. You are ready to connect to a person. So now start repeating out loud so you can hear your own voice, the first name of this person. So it's important that you hear your own voice. Like, for example, Peter, 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 Peter. Just like keep repeating the first name of this person. And just hear your own voice.
I need to say my voice to, and you can hear that or inside of me.
Yeah, so you can hear, you need to, this important thing that you hear your own voice, exactly what I'm doing. Peter, 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 Peter. If you don't want other people to hear the name of this person, just say it that only you can hear it. Just like Peter, like that. So you can hear, but other people can't. Stay in your body. Don't think. Stay inside your body and notice the changes in your own body. You may feel a sudden wave of anxiety come to you, or sudden wave of maybe depression, maybe happiness, maybe excitement, maybe joy, maybe jealousy, or any other feelings or emotions. Since you started pronouncing this person's name, if you feel any emotional changes in you, these are impressions that come from this person. So keep repeating the person's name Stay in your body and notice any other sensations in your body. You may feel some maybe pains or aches in your body. I often do. I often feel pains or aches which are not mine, but I know that it's come from the other person, but I feel in my own body. Or you may feel sudden energy current. It's like an energetic, like a wave, like an energetic current run through any part of your body or any organ. You feel just sensations. You may feel a new taste. It's like you're not eating anything, but you may feel sweet taste, bitter taste in my mouth. So taste can respond, can. You may smell something. You know there is no smell in your room, not physical smell, but you feel a smell. Maybe a smell of fresh bread, smell of, I don't know, some maybe awful smell, toxic smell, or maybe very good smell, perfume or something, flower smell. And you know there is no smell in your room, but your senses react to the information you're receiving from this person. You may see a picture come to you in a flash. It's like flash. The other day I was connecting to a client like that, and I had a sudden flash of a bottle of alcohol just come to me in a flash, like, and it's really appeared to be that this person was a secret alcoholic, and he was looking for help to cope with his addictions, but he didn't want anybody to find out. And the only I realized that the problem may be secret alcoholism is because I had this picture of alcohol bottle come to me in a flash. So any pictures come to you in a flash, like the impressions. You may hear whispering in your ears. It's like somebody whispered you a word, just one word. Something about maybe a phrase or a sentence, maybe just some sort of sound in your ears. All these are impressions that you receive from this person. So now you can ask questions to this person. Since you are connected, you can ask questions like, how are you? What are you up to? Who you are with? What are you doing right now? Anything. Like when I connect to a person, like clients, I may ask, how can I help this person? What can I do for this person? So you can ask any questions. What do you want to know about this person? Just ask, how are you? And wait for answers. And answers come in different forms or ways. It's like can be visual, pictures, audio, whispering in your ears, taste, smell, sensations like feelings or pains or aches anywhere in the body. It's all answers. Okay, who you are with, and so ask anything. So keep asking questions. So if you feel that you finished, you feel, well, I have enough connecting to this person. So bring your attention back to your center. So disconnect from this person, totally disconnect, and bring your attention to your own center, which is your spine. Start breathing through your spine and become aware of your breath flowing through your spine. And now you need to disconnect or clear the energy left over that you may pick up from this person. Each person has energy field and maybe a lot of toxic energy. This is why a lot of people nowadays feel overwhelmed, sick, tired, especially highly sensitive people, because they pick up energy from other people. So when you connect to a person like that, you are open to receiving all their crap, all their problems to your own energy field. So you need to clear yourself, clear your energy around your inside your biofield. So how to do it? Put your hands together like that. Put your hands together. So I show you the technique, which allow you to work with many people. So like I work with many people and I don't get sick and I don't get energy affected me from other people. I don't, because I practice this energy clearing techniques after each client. Wrap your hands together like that until they're warm. Feel warm sensations in your hands. Spread them apart like that. Spread them apart. About 30 centimeters apart. And try to bring your hands together, but do it millimeter by millimeter until you feel resistance or tingling sensations in your hands. Like, you see, I feel now resistance. I feel I want to bring my hands closer. I can't. I have resistance here. Resistance means you feel your own energy field. It's how you feel your own energy. And resistance or tingling sensations in your hands means your hands are ready to do further work. Now bring your hands 40 centimeters from your head and find the end of the aura that comes from your head. You've been using your head to connect to this person. Bring your hands and try to bring them closer until you feel this resistance. Okay? Resistance, like the end of the aura, which you feel like resistance. Its aura is a biofield around you. And this biofield can become toxic from the energy of other people. So this is what you need to find, the end of your own aura. So bring your hands closer until you feel tingling sensations. Tingling sensations means the end of the aura. And you can just scan the end of the aura and do test. It's like when you do a aura test, you pull the aura. You pull like that. Push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. And when you do pull, you actually feel with your body that something is moving. Something is moving. I feel, so I'm not touching myself like that. I touch my aura and I pull my aura, but I feel all my hands movements without touching myself. This kind of sensitivity you must develop to be able to heal, to do remote viewing. So now, since you found the end of the aura, you can clean the aura by doing sweeping motions like that. Sweep, 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 and throw it into the fire. I usually have a candle, so I throw this energy into the candle, or I throw it like if I don't have a candle, actual candle, I visualize fire, because what I'm removing, what I'm sweeping here, sweep toxins that may come from another person. And if you really connect that, you got some energy from them, and you don't want other people's energy into your own energy field. So sweep, sweep, sweep. So you do it for a minute and do test, find the end of the aura, scan it with your hands until you feel pure aura around you, like energetic purity. You need to strive for energetic purity, pure energy around you. So if it's not pure, you feel it if it's not pure. You do more sweeping, sweep, 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 and throw into the fire. Why you need to throw into the fire? Because if you throw into the room, it will come back to you, or somebody else will pick it up. You don't want other people's toxins to be circulating, like you want to burn them. This is why you have to burn other people's toxins. Sweep, sweep, and until it's pure. If it's pure, then nothing ever will affect you. No other people's mentality or anybody's mentality will ever affect your consciousness, your mind. And this is how you can connect to many people in a day, like what's what healers do a lot. And anybody who work with clients, they have to do energetic clearing to be protected. So this is the technique to connect to another person and read the person's energy using their name. This is just only basic. You can do much, much more using the whole energetic structure, but it's more advanced work. So let me just ask you who you connected and what you saw, if it's not a secret, and if you share with us what you felt and what you feel you can share.
This is a lady who lives in US, and I know her online, but but I didn't hear from her maybe 2 years, I'm sure. And you can feel it like when that you have some hole and clouds and feel your energy, and
It's very
this was
symbolic.
very like impressions, and like you can just feel that you can see many clouds, like a how I can say that, white clouds, and you can see like in a space. You can go through some
Right.
when your
So
brain
this
is
is what,
empty.
so it's what when you started pronouncing her name, repeating her name. Why my eyes always closed when I do this work? If my eyes open, I am external. You get nothing external. You have to go internal, because to feel subtle energy, it's internal work, but through your own subtle energy interconnected with everybody. This is why I close my eyes when I do my work. But to clarify what you felt, it was like a hole and clouds around the hole.
Yeah. It was like a clouds, and always like a moose. I mean, you can see like a circling, and once appeared the other one, and like it was like a space, and all those white clouds, and just appear, or some formats, or just like when you see a sky and the clouds, white clouds goes.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very interesting and very symbolic. A hole means she may feel right now that I am in a hole. She may lost her like maybe lost her purpose a bit, and cloud means confusion or like a brain fog. So she may feel disappointed. She feels a bit lost, maybe loss of directions, loss of purpose, trying to find her way out of this hole. So it's her symbolic way, the way she is right now, that she feels I'm in a hole and all these clouds like a brain fog, not knowing what to do, how to live my life right now, because we go through a lot of changes on the whole planet. And a lot of people get really confused and they feel like they're in a hole. They like reach the rock bottom and can't go any more down. It's like reach the rock bottom, like a hole. It's what you saw. Yeah. And clouds, yeah, no clarity. And brain fog, clouds symbolizes maybe a bit of depression, maybe anxiety, a bit of not knowing what to do. I would really recommend you to reconnect with this person via email or phone call and just ask you, how are you? So you don't have to
Of
tell.
course, I would do it. No, no
Yeah.
problem about it.
Yeah, and what your purpose here is to find out if your state is really a bit of I'm lost, or I'm a bit anxious or depressed about my life, and I don't know my way. So if it's something like that, or at least very close, it means you got some confirmation from this person, and the more physical confirmation you will receive, the more confident you become as a remote viewer. And this is only basic, it's only basic. There are much more advanced strategies, how to read people and how to read targets. So our next strategy, which we may have to schedule another appointment, I will teach you how to connect to physical targets. And I will give you 5 targets, which I will ask you to read. And very interesting. Totally different targets from everyday life, 5 targets, and you will be reading them, and then we will really compare how your reading relate to what the object exactly was. And there are some other techniques that I know, basic technique any beginner can do to feel what remote viewing is. So anything else you want to add on about
It is such a great experience for me, and
yeah,
thank you for your time. Thank you
yeah,
for helping me in this session.
yeah. So this technique connecting to a person's name you can use for any of your clients. I use this technique for basically for any clients or my students. I work a lot with students because I run intuitive healing and medical intuitive courses. So yes, it's how I just connect. And usually my impressions quite accurate for me, like to understand what to expect from a person, what level they are at, or something like that. And the more you do, the more it becomes your second nature.